Hello, I am a Professor Kim Soo-il at Daegu University. Currently in Korea, local food programs are very active to increase the incomes of farmers. I'd like to explain the programs based on several operation cases, and I hope you can refer to my introduction when promoting a local food program in Cambodia in the future. Let's look at the background of the local food movement. It has been a recent global interest because it allows locally produced agriculture products to be consumed in a region, thereby contributing to environmental protection, food safety improvement, and regional agriculture development. The local food movement is a series of activities to protect the environment and health and promote coexistence between urban and rural communities by minimizing the distance between production and consumption. Advanced countries like the US and UK have long been carrying out various activities both in the private sector and the public sector. The United States has been actively implementing local food policies at the federal and state levels under the banner of Know Your Farmer, Know Your Food. In Japan, the movement of local production for local consumption has spread and brought the activation of farmers' markets where farmers sell their produce directly since the mid-1990s. In Korea, in response to the opening of the agriculture market in the late 1980s, the local food movement began across the nation under the slogan of Sintoburi and is led by non-profit organizations or local governments at a regional level. The government has promoted systematization of distribution centered on agriculture cooperatives to improve the distribution of agro-livestock products and has made various attempts to expand direct distribution channels. Improving distribution efficiency through scale-up and systematization of local producers is the key to improving the distribution of agro-livestock products. Also, direct distribution channels, such as the local food market, have emerged as an important pillar as the way to expand sales channels of elderly and small-scale farmers. I'd like to introduce the local food market of Yongjin Agricultural Cooperative in Wonju County, North Jeolla Province, so that you can use it as a reference case when promoting the local food movement in Cambodia. It is a case that happened 10 years ago. I chose this case because studying early cases at the beginning stage of the local food program would be more efficient than studying current operations cases for you. This slide explains the concept and types of local food. The travel distance of local food can be divided into spatial distance and social distance. Spatial distance on the left refers to the physical distance between the production and consumption area and the total distance that food actually travels. Social distance on the right indicates the number of distribution stages between producers and consumers. The local food movement gathered momentum in advanced countries such as the US and the UK from early on to protect the environment and improve food safety. The background is as follows. General requirements to be local food include these. In terms of distance, it refers to food produced within a 50-kilometer radius of consumers, but the distance is applied differently depending on the size of the country, administrative districts, and social-cultural background. In terms of distribution, it refers to food that is sold as directly as possible from farmers to consumers. In terms of producers and products, local food refers to seasonal produce from local family farms or locally processed regional food. Let's look at the effects of a local food movement. It prevents global warming and preserves the local environment by minimizing the distance between production and consumption, thereby reducing CO2 emissions. It also minimizes the use of pesticides and chemical fertilizers and reduces single cropping and intensive farming, thereby positively impacting the ecological environment with soil conservation and biodiversity. The local food contributes to stabilizing the income of small family farmers and revitalizing the local economy. It provides stable market opportunities for diversified small quantity production and stabilizes farmers' income by raising the prices that farmers receive. Through production, distribution, and consumption within the region, the money spent by consumers is circulated within the region rather than leaking out, thereby vitalizing the local economy. It contributes to building trust and increasing urban-rural exchanges by enhancing food safety. By preventing food spoilage in a long distribution process with shortened transportation distance and distribution stages, people can enjoy safe and fresh food. Because consumers know who produced the food, farmers become more responsible for their products, and this results in a trusting relationship between consumers and producers. Increased contact between producers and consumers make urban consumers pay more attention to rural areas, activating urban-rural exchanges. This slide shows you the types of local food. These may vary by country, but they are usually categorized into farmers market, community-supported agriculture, school meal, and farmers market. The farmers market is where farmers bring and sell agricultural products grown in nearby areas at a specific place within the city on a set date. In the US, the number of farmers markets has been steadily increasing from 1,755 in 1994 to 7,174 in 2011. Every year, about 1,000 new markets emerge. In Korea, there are Wonju Dawn Market and the agricultural cooperatives Baro Market, as well as a direct trading marketplace operated by regional agricultural cooperatives. The CSA refers to a system in which consumers make a contract with producers and receive agricultural products delivered during the contract period. Japan's Teikai was a forerunner of the CSA. It later became popular after being introduced to Europe and USA. It is estimated that the US has over 1,000 CSAs nationwide. Korea has a program called Seasonal Agricultural Products Package. Diverse seasonal agricultural products grown in the region are collected and made into a package, which is delivered directly to consumers who have signed up for membership through a courier. Popular seasonal agricultural package in Korea includes Sister Garden by the KWPA, With the Nature by Ochang Agricultural Cooperatives in North Cheongcheong Province, Blue Daedal River by Nampyeong Agricultural Cooperatives in South Jeolla Province and Soil Salim Package. It refers to a program that supplies locally grown produce for local school meals. The U.S. operates the FTS program through the collaboration of the federal and state government and nonprofit organizations. This is to connect school meals with local agriculture, to provide students with safe locally grown food, and to offer opportunities for local farmers to expand their sales channels. As of March 2013, 1,002,429 schools in 50 states were participating in the FTS program, with approximately $13 million in local produce being traded. In Korea, local governments take the lead in supplying local eco-friendly agricultural products for school meals. Naju in South Jeolla Province enacted the School Meals Ordinance for the first time in Korea and designated the Naju Agricultural Cooperatives as an operator-supplier for school meals. Farmers market refers to a facility where farmers can sell their produce directly to consumers inside and outside the region. In Japan, with the local production for local consumption movement, more than 1,007,000 local farmers markets are under operation nationwide, and annual sales have exceeded JPY 880 billion. Korea has the local food farmers market, where farmers bring and display agricultural products they grew, and operates like agricultural cooperatives sell them on behalf of the farmers. Yongjin Nonghyup Local Food Store in Wanju County, North Jeolla Province is the most well-known case, and I will explain its success, factors, and implications. After examining the operation of the Yongjin Farmers Market in terms of support system, operation process, and local conditions, I derived 5 success factors. Let's look at the success factors. First of all, the active support and cooperation of Wanju County, which had long contemplated how to vitalize local food, enabled the operation of the farmers market. Yongjin Agricultural Cooperatives was able to establish an effective operating system through complete preparation and consumer-friendly product and store management. Also, farmers made voluntary efforts in quality control for the long-term supply of safe agricultural products. Geographically, it is located behind the city center, and agriculturally, it has a diversified small quantity production structure. These positively affected the establishment of the farmers market. In addition, because it was the first farmers market in Korea, it naturally enjoyed the publicity effect, which contributed to its successful operation. Like this, various success factors were combined together and led to stable operation after its opening. The first major success factor is the active support and cooperation of local government. For the farmers market to operate effectively, active support and cooperation from the local government are essential because it is a key player in local agricultural revitalization policies. Establishing and operating the farmers market requires a lot of investment in fixed assets such as securing land and buildings and establishing a computer system, so it is not easy for an individual agricultural cooperative or agricultural corporation to attempt. Also, if the farmers market is operated apart from the local agricultural policy, it may deviate from an original goal by just pursuing profits, or may bring inefficiency by resulting in unnecessary competition. Wonju County has been making considerable efforts for the local food movement, such as placing the local food policy in the 5-year Promise Project Plan established as part of the mid to long-term innovation strategy for regional agriculture in 2008. The Promise Project consists of 12 policies in 5 areas, including production innovation, distribution innovation, debt countermeasures, rural vitality, and welfare for the elderly. It established and implemented the plan in which the county budget of KRW 50 billion is invested step by step. In the early stage of the project, Wonju County proposed the farmers market to Yongjin Agricultural Cooperative to increase local food consumption and provided about 45% of the total project cost, KRW 250 million out of KRW 578 million. Wonju County supported opening of the second farmers market in Hyoja-dong, Jeonju by cooperating with Jeonju City in October 2012. It also established a plan to open farmers markets in each region by opening 3 additional farmers markets in 2013. In addition, Wonju County spent KRW 4.3 billion in 2011 and KRW 6.3 billion in 2012 to establish a local food system in all aspects of production, distribution, and consumption, which includes establishing a local food planning production system centered on family farms and developing a local food certification system. Now let's look at the role of local government to introduce the local food policy. In August 2008, Wonju County performed the Agricultural Rural Development Promise Project, including mid to long-term tasks. In May 2009, it conducted research to establish an integrated local food promotion plan. In June 2009, it held a large-scale debate on local food. From 2009 to 2010, it formed the Local Food TF team and improved issues after the pilot operation of the direct trading marketplace. In October 2010, it started a Healthy Table Package project. In October 2010, Wonju County enacted the Local Food Promotion Support Ordinance. In April 2012, it opened the first farmers market, which is operated by Yongjin Agricultural Cooperative. Now let me tell you about the establishment of dedicated organizations. Wonju County newly established the local food department in the Food Policy Division in July 2010. It formed the team as an intermediate support unit and appointed an expert from the private sector as a team leader for smoother operation. Wonju Local Food Corporation established the Healthy Table in May 2010 and established the agricultural corporation called Wonju Local Food in May 2012. The roles of local governments include the financial support of KRW 4.287 billion in 2011 and KRW 6.308 billion in 2012. It spent KRW 1.8 billion to establish the Wonju Local Food Integrated Support Center and KRW 1.5 billion to establish the City-County Joint Manufacturing and Processing Facility as a foothold processing center for farmers. It also spent to implement a local food development support project and KRW 4 billion to establish the local food station that was used to develop the certification system and consumer farm tour to make promotional videos. The fourth success factor is thorough preparation before opening the farmers market. Yongjin Farmers Market was stabilized quickly with minimal trial and error because of thorough preparation since 2011, including 6 training sessions for farmers and the operation of the pilot store. While preparing for the official opening, it provided continuous training so that small-scale and elderly farmers could quickly get familiar with the farmers market delivery system. From June 2011 to March 2012, it conducted 6 training sessions on the concept and necessity of the local food movement, safety management, and shipping method for farmers who wish to participate in the farmers market. In addition, it operated the pilot store from August 2011 to just before the opening to examine potential issues and analyze the business feasibility so that it can minimize trial and error. As a result of operating the pilot store before its official opening, about 70 farms participated and generated daily sales for KRW 3 million on average, with 50 items including peaches, grapes, and leafy vegetables. Let's look at the details of the training. The first training is on the concept and necessity of the local food movement, as well as technology to grow eco-friendly farm produce. The second training is on the eco-friendly GAP certification process and how to activate the local food movement. The third session was a tour of the farmers market in Japan. The fourth session was a tour of the farmers market in Suncheon. In the fifth session, they introduced the farmers market operation in Japan and taught how to participate in the local food project and how to ship products. The sixth training was on participation and shipping methods with a practical exercise for small volume packaging and barcoding. The advanced training enhanced the participation and operation skills of farmers. The fifth success factor is thorough product and store management for consumers. Yongjin Agricultural Cooperative is building a trusting relationship with consumers through strict principle-oriented product and store management. To sell fresher and safer agricultural product at a reasonable price, farmers voluntarily made the shipping standards, which are strictly applied to the operation. For freshness and safety of agricultural products, we strictly comply with the one-day distribution principle. The price is also managed at a reasonable level by continuously monitoring the market price. To provide consumers with the convenience of shopping, products are sold in small volume package. Let's look at what farmers should observe at Yongjin Farmers Market. For a unified shipment process, farmers should submit a shipment application form, then ship their produce to the farmers market. They should comply with the GAP system, Food Sanitation Act, Pesticide Control Act, and Fertilizer Control Act. Only self-produced products can be sold for both agricultural and processed products. They should comply with uniform packaging units for each item and pay attention to product selection. When selling products, it's recommended to place 10% more than the indicated weight for the actual weight per packaging unit. They are prohibited from setting prices according to product quality, collusion, and unauthorized use of others' products or shelves. It's prohibited to sell leftover agricultural products from a previous day, and they should keep the farmers market clean, including the cleanup of display stands. They are prohibited from suspending shipments due to requests from other distributors and should attend the training session on the first Thursday of every quarter. In case of violating these rules, the farmers are subject to penalties such as suspension of shipment and cancellation of registration. Let me tell you some penalty cases upon violation of the rules. Penalty for violation of the -1 day distribution principle. In the early days after establishing the market, Farm A was found to sell leftover products the next day and was subject to suspension from shipment for 3 months. Penalty for too high price. During the 2012 holiday season, consumers complained that the price was too high when Farmer B sold one box of peaches at KRW 3,005,000. Yongjin Agricultural Cooperative checked the market price and found that peaches of higher quality were being traded at KRW 3 million 10 kilograms in the Jeonju fruit market. The agricultural cooperative requested Farm B to lower the price, but the farm kept the price same. The cooperative first gave the warning and suspended the shipment for 3 months. Let me introduce the voluntary efforts of the farmers. Farmers had doubts about the farmers' market at the beginning. After witnessing the rise in their income, the farmers reached a consensus that they should work harder. It has been confirmed that farmers' income increased by about 20% when selling to the farmers' market than to the wholesale market. Farmers felt a sense of pride and ownership mindset while supplying safe produce they grew and started to seek further development. The participating farmers strictly comply with GAP management guidelines for quality control of agricultural products and strive to provide safe products at a lower price by selling products at a price that is 30% lower than the local retail market. Also, the farmers have made efforts to diversify items to provide consumers with more diverse agricultural products. For example, Farm C used to grow lettuce and Chinese cabbage in plastic greenhouses until 2011, but reduced the proportion of lettuce and Chinese cabbage and added various items like sweet pumpkin, tomato, bell pepper, eggplant, and radish in 2012. Furthermore, they provide various information by attaching efficacy and receipts of products to counters so that consumers can make more use of agricultural products. The rapid growth of Yongjin Farmers Market is largely due to the locational feature of the store being near Jeonju, a large city. No matter how fresh and safe the agricultural products sold at farmers' market are, if the market is less accessible, consumers will have difficulty visiting the store. Therefore, to activate the operation of farmers' market, it is essential to analyze the location in terms of population and traffic in the neighboring area when considering the establishment of a market. Yongjin Farmers Market is very close to Jeonju City with a distance of about 7 kilometers to Jeonju City Hall. Also, the area has Jeonju City Hall, Jeonbuk National University, and Jeonbuk Provincial Office, and residential areas such as apartment complexes, so it has high traffic. In fact, 80% of the market's consumers are Jeonju citizens, and they play a key role in the operation. To activate local food consumption, you need to supply various items desired by local consumers. Thus, a region with a diversified small quantity production structure has benefits when introducing a local food system. Because Wonju County has an agricultural structure of diversified small quantity production, it was easier to introduce the farmers' market. As of 2010, the average cultivated area per household in Wonju County was 1.01 hectare, which was lower than the North Jeolla Province average of 1.64 hectare and the national average of 1.25 hectare. The proportion of farms smaller than 1 hectare was 58% in North Jeolla Province, which was lower than the national average of 65.3%. In Wonju Country, ginger is the only item that accounts for more than 5% of the national production, and many items are cultivated in small quantities without the main crop. The uniqueness of being the first farmers' market in Korea had a great positive impact on promotion. With growing interest in a new distribution system, public officials, producer groups, and consumer groups from many regions visited the farmers market, which naturally led to publicity. Let's look at the implications. The government plans to promote distribution systemization centered on the NACF to improve the distribution structure of agro-livestock products and to expand direct transactions through local food and package program. The NACF has accordingly and actively been building an efficient distribution system for agro-livestock products by organizing and scaling up areas, expanding sales programs, and systematizing distribution through regional distribution centers. In parallel with this, the NACF has built and been operating 650 farmers markets nationwide by 2021. As local food is attracting worldwide attention as a way to preserve the environment and improve food safety and serves as a key type of direction transaction, the state and local governments and NACF should conduct various activities including legal and institutional support and policy development. In particular, active support from local governments is essential for coexistence between urban and rural communities, such as the development of local agriculture, and this is well demonstrated in Yongjin Farmers Market. The NACF should expand direct transaction programs for elderly and small-scale farmers who have difficulty participating in the main distribution system so that they can secure stable market channels. To expand direct sales of agricultural products through the farmers market, we need to closely examine best practices and success factors such as Yongjin Agricultural Cooperative to minimize trial and error. Local agricultural cooperatives need to comprehensively consider their internal capabilities and local conditions. Yongjin Agricultural Cooperative conducted considerable preparation and meticulous business feasibility review. Before opening the farmers market, Yongjin Agricultural Cooperative studied cases in Japan and conducted field trips to refer to advanced cases. Farmers Market was designed to expand sales channels of elderly and small-scale farmers and to supply safe and fresh farm products to consumers, so it can achieve sustainable operation only when the value of local food is not damaged by a commercial distribution system. Consumer trust, trust, trust. Successful operation of farmers market depends on whether it can gain consumer trust. Therefore, together with the voluntary efforts of farmers market operators like the agricultural cooperatives need to make multifaceted efforts to gain the trust of consumers. For this, you need to consider matters like training, reinforcement, and penalties upon violation of safety and pricing in advance. We need to build a supply system that can meet consumer needs. It is necessary to supply diverse quality products desired by consumers. You need to organize participating farms to provide uniform quality and diverse agricultural products, and sometimes need to review measures to adjust items to meet the consumer needs. Thus, the NACF should play a role to organize and educate producers. If you cannot acquire diverse products with farm produce from a single region, you need to secure produce through collaboration with agricultural cooperatives of nearby regions. You need to strengthen the distribution expertise of farmers market operators. Since the end user of agricultural products is a consumer, if a farmers market is operated with a focus on farmers and suppliers, you cannot guarantee its sustainable operation. Because the farmers are producers and have a limit in knowing what consumers want, the agricultural cooperative needs to play a coordinating role as an operator. Therefore, the agricultural cooperative needs to have expertise in distribution as a farmers market operator and needs to diversify the farmers market program to promote exchange between producers and consumers. You need to diversify the farmers market program in the mid to long term to promote exchange between producers and consumers. If you see advanced cases of farmers markets in Japan, they make efforts for sustainable growth, such as linking farms with local restaurants by considering regional and agricultural characteristics. You also need to contribute to urban-rural exchanges by encouraging consumers of farmers markets to participate in various rural experiences, such as farmhouse, guest house, and crop harvest. The government needs to prepare a support system related to the farmers market and enhance social interest and awareness of local food. You need to prepare a master plan and support basis to vitalize the direct trading programs like farmers market through Act on the Promotion of Direct Trade in Agricultural Products, which is being planned by the government. You also need to review ways to provide income education benefits for the amount spent at the farmers market for promotion. It's difficult to establish farmers market in every region due to regional location, agricultural structure, and products. In this respect, it is better to promote it to supplement the main distribution system by organizing and scaling up agricultural areas and establishing an efficient logistics system than expanding farmers market recklessly. In other words, you need to focus on the coexistence of urban and rural communities in the local community, the development of regional agriculture, and promotion of exchanges between producers and consumers, and secure stable market channels for elderly and small-scale farmers who have difficulty participating in the main agro-livestock distribution system. Thus, in addition to the farmers market, the state and local governments and agricultural cooperatives need to link local food with school meals and public meals like the USFTS program through collaboration. What is the farmers market? It refers to an agricultural product market with direct transactions where producers display farm produce they grew in the region, set a price, and sell them through an agricultural cooperative outlet. It has 3 types of stores. Independent store type. It is a store operated in a separate building or a space separated by floors. It sells only local agricultural products, food processed with local agricultural products, and the 6 industry products. It also has farmhouse restaurants, cafes, and facilities utilizing local foods such as instant tofu and instant side dishes. Complex store type. It is a shop-in-shop operated together with Hanaro Mart. The local food section is marked and operated separately from general sections, and shoppers can enjoy convenient one-stop shopping for both local food and industrial products at Hanaro Mart. Local food section. This is a local food section installed in spaces such as agricultural and livestock cooperatives, NH Bank, government offices, and distribution stores to sell more local food. Let's look at the types of products sold at farmers markets. Primary foods include agricultural, aquatic, and livestock products. Farm produce accounts for the most, and it mainly sells fruits, vegetables, and grains like the left photo. It also sells various processed foods that farmers made at small processing facilities like fermented foods with a relatively long shelf life, dried fruits, jams, and sterilized fruit drinks, but they are not sold as much as the primary foods. Cases of local food packaging design for commercialization. Consideration where designing local food packaging include packaging type, material, and inventory management. Packaging technology to maintain the freshness of agricultural products is important, but inventory management of packaging materials is more important. The minimum order quantity is 10 times more than the number of products sold. If you make packaging materials without considering efficiency in inventory management, it may cause huge problems. Therefore, you need to select packaging materials and packaging methods available in small quantities and develop a design with minimal printing on the packaging material that can be used commonly. Fruits are packaged using corrugated cardboard boxes, and they are sold with local food stickers while using the wholesale market packaging design rather than making separate packaging materials. Some items are sold in small packaging and mainly use plastic bags for packaging. For packaging weight of 300 grams or more, you need to use plastic bags made of composite materials to prevent rupture. You can use OPP-CPP or PET-LDPE for composite films. OPP-CPP has better transparency, but PET-LDPE has better packaging machine workability. This is because PET has an excellent heat resistance and good thermal conductivity due to its thinness, enabling easy thermal bonding. You can seal bags by using a closure collar or adhesive. If the packing weight is large, you need excellent sealability, so a bag closure collar is better. For excellent openability and resealability, use the bag closure collar. You can use adhesive to seal bags for vegetables and bags under 100 grams. The adhesive part is protected with vinyl. When packing, remove the vinyl and attach the part together for sealing. There is a precaution to use. When packing vegetables that have soil or foreign substances on them, they may stick to the adhesive and weaken the adhesive source. You should select packaging materials to minimize condensation caused by respiration and transpiration. To suppress respiration, the MA packaging is better, but each item has different respiration, so it is difficult to choose proper oxygen permeability. Thus, you need to consult experts. Also, respiration is closely related to temperature even among identical items, and it may differ depending on the temperature management status of a vegetable section. If the cold chain system is well applied, MA packaging is required. If not, you need to select packaging materials considering the site conditions. If you use anti-fogging treatment on the inside of bags to minimize condensation, you can improve opacity. If you use anti-fogging treatment on the inside of bags to minimize condensation, you can improve opacity. Anti-fogging treatment can alleviate condensation by thinly coating the surfactant on the inside of the packaging material. However, the coating lasts only for 6 months and becomes ineffective after that. You need to consider this when purchasing packaging materials because the durability of the anti-fogging effect may vary depending on the point of purchase and the period of use. For the packaging design of processed foods, you should choose materials and packaging techniques that can maintain the shelf life. Jams can sustain their shelf life when hygienically processed and packaged. Pickles should be processed to prevent secondary fermentation, and small quantity packaging is also a good way to enable customers to consume fast. For dried fruits, you need to prevent mold. For this, you need to design drying conditions and moisture content to prevent mold in the production process, and use vacuum packaging to make residual oxygen concentration close to zero. If vacuum packaging is not available, you can minimize residual oxygen by putting an oxygen absorbent inside the packaging material. Refrigerated and frozen foods may go bad during distribution if the cold chain system is not fully equipped. You need to establish the system first before considering packaging materials. Packaging materials for frozen food should be made of NY-LDPE to withstand physical shock in the frozen state. If the packaging is made of other materials, it is easy to be damaged. You must observe this even if the unit price is high. So far, we've studied cases of local food packaging design for commercialization. When designing packaging for local food, need to check essential functions necessary to maintain freshness, and also need to consider the efficiency of inventory management. Packaging materials without graphic design are better for common use. Thank you for listening.